Hi, we are the group 1, so we will talk about in this video about a little history background of Coca-Cola and the success supply chain of Coca-Cola company. So first, the Coca-Cola company headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia, but incorporated in Wilmington, Delaware, is an American multinational beverage corporation, as well as manufacturer, retailer, and marketer of non-alcoholic beverage concentrates and syrups. So, they said that the company is best known for its flagship named Coca-Cola that was invented in 1886 by the pharmacist named John Stitt Pemberton. So, in 1886, for the first 8 months, only 9 drinks were sold each day, but today, the daily serving are estimated at 1.9 billion globally. It tells that this is their process. So, to begin with the supply management of Coca-Cola, the ingredients in packaging are first manufactured into the finished products at one of the company's bottling plants. So, in the next step, the process distributed first to warehousing and then onto retailers and vending machine before being purchased and enjoyed by the end consumer. So, in other way that there are some in sales which the consumer wants, then they order, then manufacture, then transport. So Coca-Cola is globally competitive and lot of consumer are ordering their products, so they are dispatching the beverage out of the country. Then there's their products in their warehouse, then proceed to the delivery, then end up the consumer. So, to summarize the Coca-Cola supply chain, so we are wondering why it was remarkable. So, for me, first, the innovation. So, strictly that they are using 3D printing to manufacture the bottles. So, you can see that their products are had the nice quality and very pleasing to the eyes that the consumer wants to buy it. Second, to the people, because they have more than 100 people that ensuring the safety of each bottle from factory to the fridge. So next is their long-term relationship with retail partners. So over the past few decades, Coca-Cola has proven to be the one of the most valuable and reliable suppliers for its retail partners. One example is that the company has been growing together with McDonald's since 1955. You can see that every fast food chains have a Coca-Cola beverage. Then supplier relationship management program. They also had strict quality control. So, for example, Coca-Cola HBC, a bottling franchise partner of Coca-Cola Enterprises, requires quality, environment, and health safety certifications from its suppliers. Six is Global Supply Chain Council. So, the beverage giant established the Global Supply Chain Council, which consists of subcommittees that focus on adhering to establish Coca-Cola supply chain strategy. So, its own centralized portal where the employees and supply chain participants share their experience and best practices. And last, close collaboration with bottlers. So, the Coca-Cola Company provides a standard set of guidelines for all its bottling partners and suppliers. As a result, most of strategic decisions are centralized. Um, so for me, all of these aspects make Coca-Cola supply chain management one of a kind.
Facility is important because it increases the cost efficiency of the business. It also manages the health and safety requirements, as well as increase the lifespan of your assets. And lastly, to monitor and maintain the company or the compliancy. Facility in Coca-Cola. locations. Bottling plants are spread around the world. Warehouses are located in every country. As it said, the facilities of Coca-Cola are seen everywhere, or should I say, worldwide. Every country has it, like here in the Philippines. There are over 20 facilities or counting here in the Philippines because it is well-known modern technology. The Coca-Cola company used the more high-tech machinery because it helped to produce the products in short period of time. And for advertising, it is now easier to use the social networking sites to promote or advertise its product, like for the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc. It is good way to advertise online, so it will be known or noticed by the people easier and worldwide. And the Coca-Cola company uses bottles which are recyclables. It is made from responsible source materials. It is designed to be more effective and safe throughout its life cycle. It meets the market criteria for performance and cost, meets consumer choice and expectations, and is recovered efficiently after use wherever possible. For example, the bottles of 1.5 liter here are used to be a pot of a plant. Like we use the bottle of Coca-Cola to plant our tomato plant, like that, something like that. And yeah, for the importance of inventory. So for smooth production and selling activities, to avoid the stocks out problem, the expense control, and for emergency situations. So the inventory is very important because it can track or allow the brands to fulfill orders on time and accurately with proper inventory management in place. Less time and resources are invested in managing inventory and can be allocated to other areas. So for the inventory control by the Coca-Cola, they use the EOQ, or the Economic Order Quantity Model, which is used to minimize the inventory costs such as holding costs, shortage costs, and order costs. And the other is the FIFO, or the first in, first out, where the oldest inventory items are recorded as sold, but it is not necessary mean that the exact oldest physical object has been tracked and sold. Or in other words, inventory that was purchased first is the cost expense first. The importance of the transportation. Distribute products with right product, with right quantity, the right place, with right quality, and right price. Transportation is important because it also enables trade, communication, and other forms of exchange between people that in turn it establishment civilization. So for the transportation in Coca-Cola, they use transportation mode, which are the by land, air, and water. Land is commonly used here in the Philippines, not only in the Philippines but around the world, because it is the easier way to deliver the products on time and easier. Because if we use the air and land, it will take days or months to deliver the product. And transportation and water transportation are just commonly used to deliver bulk and deliveries around the world, while the land it can use to deliver just around the country.
Importance of the supply chain refers to the Coca-Cola company. First, what is information? Information is the collecting of details, knowledge, or etc. Information is very important to the company because if they have no information, they cannot do a certain product like information to the customer and wants. Coca-Cola is need a information in the supply chain too because beverages industry like Nestle, Royal Crown, San Miguel, etc. Coca-Cola using SAP ERP web-based software to get the real-time information to the field or to their factory. They requires the plan production, marketing, campaigns, demand forecasting, inventory level optimizing. In demand forecasting, they must know if the demand is high, the demand is low, the demand is balanced, uh, and the optimizing of transportation is key to be success in the supply chain management to the information flow, the product flow. They need to be more or gain more information to do certain thing. Coca-Cola supply chain is handled by out of source parties because Coca-Cola company is not one party is a big parties or they have more partnership or the sourcing is very important to be with the Coca-Cola supply chain. Soft drinks industry become more and more competitive. This new production come out the world lead, they have more world leading uh, beverages industry like Pepsi, Nestle, their people, Santara, and so on and so forth. Pricing is the key factor to determine the market share of the Coca-Cola in the industry. Example, the pricing of soft drink X and the soft drink Y. If they have a same content, but in pricing, if the shopping X is 10 pesos and the shopping Y is 5 pesos, the customer will buy the shopping Y because the price is too cheap but they have the same content. But they need to think to the pricing, the salary, the people or the employee, the needs, and so on and so forth. The this figure showing the pricing or the costing. Inventory, they need to check the inventory is the high or low, the cost, responsiveness. They need to check too in the pricing to lessen the expense of the company.
Strategies Coca-Cola used to manage its supply chain drivers. These are the strategies that Coca-Cola used. Push strategy management used to endorse or advertise or marketing their product on television so that the customers or the buyers would be aware of what the product is. Next is the ABC. ABC is they used to reduce the amount of electrical operations associated with inventory analysis. The SOP tool is that helps you identify what working that needs attention. Next is the just-in-time and total quality management. Total quality management is a continuous improvement. Just-in-time is eliminating the manufacturing waste. Bottling plants is to have fast transportation, and demand forecasting is correct decision and planned for future events related to business. How to improve supply chain drivers? First, establish supply chain guiding principle. These are the supply chain guiding principle that helps. Second is installing a three-phase approach. These are the phases that they are needed to install to be flexible. Third is explosion phase, identify long term. These are to improve them on ongoing basis. Third is support continuous improvement in an and fourth is align supply chain strategies with corporate objectives. This is to extinguish the business strategy and understand their connection. Fifth is analyze information to meet customers' needs